Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here. Today we will be taking the recently highlighted free-to-play Paladin Swarm deck through its paces. Also like to just clear up some confusion. Some people are asking, wait, is the game no longer free to play? What is this? It basically means that this deck consists of entirely commons and is very easy to pick up. And yeah, that's essentially it. Also, I didn't name the deck. This is a deck pulled from Hearthstone, as mentioned in the deck spotlight, so please don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, this is, it's interesting. I'll be really interested to see how a deck that has no rares, legendaries, or, what's the other one? It's got no cards above the common cards. I'm really interested to see how it performs in Masters. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. No rares, epics, or legendaries. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so we go first. Get that first draw there, and nothing to do this turn. But next turn we've got a Tidehunter. The turn after we can do a Grizzly or another Tidehunter, depending on what we draw into. Have to see how it goes. So the unfortunate part is that the Tidehunter immediately gets picked off there by a Fire Blast, and then we're just swinging for one. Sort of a little bit of a disadvantage to start out dealing with that, but you know, c'est la vie. That's just how it is. That's how it is. What is he taking so long for in his first turn? This is probably the most frustrating thing to ever happen. First turn, nothing's going on, and they're just like, ooh, do, just do whatever. I guess the good thing is that he will use up this turn to kill the 2-1, but oh, this guy's gonna be a talker, huh? Well played. All right, I'm gonna have to squelch him nice and early. I have to make that an early squelch, knowing that he's gonna continue up his shenanigans of well played. I'm so clever. All right, we're gonna go with the Iron for Grizzly, knowing that this will get picked off immediately, and we might be able to. Well, we will be able to Blessing of Kings this next turn, if he doesn't do anything to it. And then hit for 7, unless he plays some sort of taunt. He's gonna play an Acidic Swamp Ooze that is not a taunt with his 1 remaining mana crystal. Is he doing anything? No, he is not. So this is the turn. A nice hefty early start here. Hit him for 8 this turn, bring him down to 21. Now, if we have any polymorphs or any silences, it might be seeing something like that now. Now there it is. There's the polymorph turning it down to a 1-1. I'm sure him in his awesome ways probably was like, well played. But again, that's why luckily we have the mute. That is why we have mute. Okay, we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna go with this. And even though he's got his shenanigans planned, we're still gonna try to overwhelm him. I know, we gotta be scared for turn 7. We have to do some hefty damage prior to turn 7. Why Force? Well, because at turn 7 comes Flame Strike. Or here's a Blizzard prior to that, and that's gonna clear my board. He'll be down. He will then probably trade this. No, he decides not to trade it. Very interesting, actually. Okay, so this turn we're sitting at 6 here. I could Novice Engineer and a Raid Leader. Or we could go with the Warlord right now, and then do that combo next. We're gonna do that because he still has to attack into this, because for some reason he decided to let that live. But yeah, I can't attack this turn because that Blizzard does also have the second added benefit of a freeze, so I just sit on him, nothing doing. And this turn he can pick that off, hit this for 3, and actually there's probably a good chance that he might even just have direct damage for it, or the 3 plus whatever direct damage he may have in his hand will easily handle that. But you know what, I gotta do something. I can't do nothing, so. See what he has for 4. All he needs is 1 damage to go through to this if he swings for that. If he lets it live, then next turn is gonna hurt, because we're gonna play these 2 plus that. Ooh, oh, you know what? That might be a Vaporize. Could be a lot of things though, so I can't just really, I can't rest on my laurels and just, you know, do nothing. So we're gonna go with this first. Does it trigger the secret? No, it does not. Then we're going to go with a Raid Leader. And let's see if this is a Vaporize. Nope, it is a Counterspell. That actually makes me very happy because we're still hitting for 7 now. So he counterspells my +3, but 7 still goes through. He is now at 12. And then we end the turn. Well, it makes me happy that I played that instead of dropping the Blessing of Kings, like Sansing one of these creatures and going with the Blessing of Kings. Yeah, I'm really actually happy with the way that turned out. So let's see now, does he have, okay, he's gonna do Cone of Cold. It's gonna freeze my creatures, incapacitating them for the next turn. He can also pick off these two. We can go a ping and then a trade. He hasn't attacked with this 3-2 in a while. There's a Ethereal Arcanist. Does he have a secret to play with it? No, he does not. Okay, well, it makes me happy actually. All right, so this turn we're gonna go with the Stormwind Champion, pump up our guys a little bit, make them live a little bit longer, and we might have the win next turn unless we see a Flame Strike right now, or another Blizzard. If he freezes, if he does a mass freeze for my creature, obviously it really sets me back. He knows though that this is Death Incarnate right here, what he's staring at, so he's gonna have to deal with these creatures in one way or another. Now luckily we do have the Blessing of the Kings, which if this thing lives will be fatal damage to go through.
What to do?
So let's take a look. He's gonna deal with that with a Pyroblast. Not exactly probably where he wanted to use that Pyroblast, but it goes through, removing the +1/+1 that my creatures had. He is then going to swing at him, it looks like. I mean, he can kill both these guys right now. So next turn we can have 12 damage. This thing plus this thing with that guy is 12 damage. Now he's got no more we might win. I will, are you serious? I think we're gonna win this game. He is tapped out right now. The use of the Pyroblast, he's probably saying a bunch of stuff, but since I squelched him, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so he's gonna go for this. That's the good move. That's the smart move. There you go. Surprised it took him so long, to be honest with you. All right. So we go, let's see, this 4, 8, 9, 10 damage is what that would be. Could also play this to make sure that next turn is, we're gonna go with this actually. I'm gonna go with this because there's a good chance he could kill both of these next turn. So we're gonna just go with that through, put him at 6, and then get a couple of extra creatures in play rather than dumping both of these guys and having him at 2, but having him maybe be able to easily kill all those low casting cost creatures, because he could drop another Blizzard, he could drop a Flame Strike. At least now if he drops a Flame Strike, my Stormwind Champion is still alive for the fatal damage. So that was my thought process there in that decision making. And since the game started out with him sort of acting trolly with all his spamming cuteness, I'm guessing he's probably trolling right now. But that's why, guys, don't forget, there is a squelch option to say, shh, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear you anymore. You talk too much. But unfortunately, the one thing we can't stop is people just taking forever on their turns. Something that's actually really good that I found. All right, so he's going to Auctioneer. And let's see what he plays. He's going to coin to draw. It's going to put him at 5 resource. What can he do with the 5? He could Blizzard if he drew into a Blizzard. Now there's a secret. That's not going to be enough to save him. He's going to draw a card, but he's only got 2 mana left. What is it going to be? Ah, I win with a deck consisting of entirely basic cards. You know, to be honest with you, I'm content right now. The fact that this won a single game. No rares, epics, or legendaries in this deck. Not a single one. And I just won a game. In the Masters. Whatever that even means, because Masters, it's, you know, it's something, I guess, but you don't seem to lose rank here, so, oh, we're playing against another mage. This is a different one, though, luckily enough. Alright, so we're gonna, ooh, we do get to go first. She's not gonna have any weapons, so we're gonna dump the Slime, we're gonna dump the Stormwind Champion, because that's a late game. And since we do get to go, well, I mean, he gets to go first, but we get the coin. Wow, that's some early game shenanigans here. I might open up with the Engineer, just because he can just ping the Tide Hunter, but it's still 1 damage going through. Okay, that's a mirror image, my lord. That's annoying. That's an annoying start. Alright, so I guess we'll just coin, Engineer, pass the turn. Okay, there we go. And the next turn it will be maybe another Engineer. Or the Tide Hunter, but he is going to, wait. Okay, so he can kill it next turn, gotcha. Well then, in that case, since that's what he's trying to do, this turn we're going to go with this, and then force him to kill the 2-1 instead. because obviously you'd rather kill the 2-1 than the 1-1, so that's what he'll be doing. Maybe he was just waiting for an arcane. He could, if he has an arcane explosion, there it is. There's the arcane explosion. I mean, this is just the sort of thing you have to deal with when playing against mages, and unfortunately, the past 2 games have been against mages, as you so clearly saw. So that's kind of a sad state of affairs. We'll go with another engineer. I probably shouldn't have ended the turn so fast just in case I drew into a 1-drop. Although I don't know that I've got a lot of 1-drops in this deck. I don't think there's a ton. Happy for the True Silver Champion, great for clearing the board. Also, you know, you can use it to swing through for extra damage, but it's mostly for clearing the board. That's sort of the primary function there. All right, so we got the Consecrate, also nice board clearing. And this turn, I think we will go... Let's go, we're gonna be able to do both of these with this, just like that. Get a couple of guys in play.
Reporting for duty.
Then pass the turn, just like that. Do you have another Arcane Explosion? Do you have a Blizzard? You know, I've already been able to drop 2 Novice Engineers this turn, so I've got that extra card advantage picking up. So my hand's not as empty as it would be, and even if he clears the board, I would actually not be too upset, because I still have, you know, next turn I could Frostwolf Warlord. We could also do the True Silver Champion. We've got our Blessing of Kings. If there's a good chance, I could even Blessing of Kings next turn, to be honest with you. Give myself a nice, chunky 5/5 to start hitting him with. I mean, we haven't dealt any damage so far. Let's see if he's got anything with his remaining 3. Okay, wow. This is supremely annoying, to be honest with you. Maybe the Shield Master right now, actually. And then what would we do with our remaining 1? Maybe instead of Shield Master, we go with the Frostwolf Warlord. It's not like he's got anything to hit me with next turn. The Warlord's a huge threat that would kind of focus his attention and maybe keep my little guys alive a little bit longer. So if he has a Polymorph, he will be using it on the 7/7. If he has a Silence, it could do well as, it could, you know, that functions properly as well. But the thing is, Polymorph will be a lot more effective right now because he gets turned into a 1/1 instead of a 4/4. A Silence just drops him to a 4/4. And I'm still happy with a 4/4 because we can Blessing of Kings that, turn him into an 8/8. There's Arcane Missiles. Let's see what it hits. Wow, RNG. Jeez, that's sad. Brought him down to 5 now. Does he have the 5 damage? I don't believe so. I don't believe there's... I think I think it's 6 for 5 damage. I think that's the Fireball. Or is it... I don't know. There's the Silence. Brings him down to a 4/4. Like I said, I'm okay with that. And there's a Frostbolt to follow that up. That's a nice little turn of events there for you. And you're gonna be able to kill him next turn, because I can't even attack with him this turn. So what we will do... Now, yes, I could pump him up with Blessing of Kings, but maybe we should actually. Maybe we should do that so he just can't ping it next turn. And then save our other creatures for future plays.
Let me think.
Or, you know, we can save the Blessing of Kings for something even bigger. But if we do this, it'll force him to use some other form of silence or removal to get rid of it. I'm actually going to do this to save him. Stop him from dying to the ping, at least. And if he wants to get rid of it, he's going to have to throw something big at it. Now, his hand's pretty empty. I've got still a lot of cards and several creatures. The Shield Master, the Grizzly. I've got the Stormwind Champion and the Raid Leader. So he is going to need a Silence, a Polymorph, or 5 damage to take this out. He could Flame Strike right now. He's at 7. And if you don't know, Flame Strike costs 7. It's 4 damage across the board. Looks like he's playing a Taunt. Okay. He's gonna Frostbolt again. Man, he has so much hate thrown at this guy. So much hate. Okay. So this is interesting. I'm thinking of even attacking into it and then going like that, but my concern is that he'll just be able to pick this off next turn anyways. He's already thrown so much at it. I could do with this, give him +1/+1, force him to trade with that. I could also do this so he can't attack into this creature next turn. Why don't we do that? So he'll be forced to use damage for it. In fact, why don't we throw down 2 taunts? Okay. So he'll be forced to throw a spell at this. He can fireball it, and then if he's got any additional damage, he could do that. Say he's got an Arcane Missiles and hope for RNG trade. So there's an Arcane Missiles. Let's see how it works. Please no R. Yes, yes, I'm happy with that exchange. He can ping off the 3-1 with his Fireball, or whatever, his Fire Blast, but he still has to deal with this right now. If he silenced this, does he have a Owl to silence it? He does not. Okay, so our damage is going through this turn. We're swinging with that 8. That is actually very significant. How to best approach this. There's a few different options. I could Consecrate. I could do this for 4 and just attack into him. You know what? I could also just do this and pump him up to make him even safer for future turns. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go like this. Let's hit him for 9. Sounds good to me. Sounds excellent to me, actually. He has been trying for so long to deal with this Frostwolf Warlord. It looks like giving him Blessing of Kings was the proper move. He's gonna get rid of that, which dumps down his abilities. He still has 3 health, though. And he's got a Fire Blast to my sheep. And does he have nothing to deal with the 8-3 now? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You guys saw this, right? Look at this. Another Blessing of Kings. That's hilarious. We go with a Ray Leader. Let's drop a Blessing of Kings. Let's drop him in play. He's just not going to have any weapons anyways. Just get another creature and swing for 13, bringing him to 7. And next turn, we have Fatal Damage. Even if he kills this, we've got... yeah, we'll have the 6 here, plus an attack with the True Silver Champion for the win. We could also Consecrate for the extra 2 damage. It looks like I am about to win the 2nd game in a row. He's throwing a Pyroblast at that. He's got 2 resource left. He's gonna use it for a single Fireball, and we win the game. What is going on? 2 games in a row with this deck. Just as a reminder, not a single rare, epic, or legendary. And we're tearing it up! We are tearing it up here in Masters! Whatever that even means. I can't... Kind of fathomable to me. Alright. So this is the 3rd game. This will probably be the final game. This needs to be a loss, because if this isn't a loss, then I'm just baffled. My mind is blown at how unreal and effective this deck has been. Whoa, playing against Crota. I know Crota. You guys know Crota too. Crota's a StarCraft dude. If this is the Crota that I know, which I'm assuming it is, we're gonna keep the Consecrate because we're playing against a Druid. I hope he doesn't. I hope the Squelch isn't across the map. I'll take a look if I need to. Oh no, I don't need to.
Well met, my greeting.
Hey, I think he knows. He must know, right? He must know. We know each other. Yeah, I used to be really buddy with Crota. I still think he's a great guy. I just haven't done anything with him in a while. But back in the StarCraft 2 days, Crota and I, we were pals. You could call us pals. Okay, so we're gonna be starting off with a Murloc Tidehunter, which he will just be able to swing into. But again, I need to get this stuff out, and I need to start hitting him in the face with it. So he's gonna do that, and that deserves a well played, because that is the proper move for him this turn. Does take a net loss of 1 after the shield. We're gonna keep this train rolling though. Now here we go. This is much harder for him to deal with because he cannot just ping off the 2/3 unless he has a bite. I think the bite gives you +2/+2. I don't know. I think bite costs 2 or 3 though, so he might not be able to do both of them right now. If bite only costs 2, he can. Or does it cost 1? Actually, I might be misinformed. But anyways, regardless, this is a harder situation for him to deal with. So he's gonna Wild Growth. And then he's going to attack into one of my 1/1s. So he's got, you can see a lot of extra crystals right now. So he's gonna actually be playing some probably pretty beefy and scary creatures coming up. Oh ho 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 ho! I like it a lot. 6/7. 6/7. I'm a big fan of drawing into that Blessing of Kings. My other option that turn was to Tidehunter plus Engineer. Kind of thinking, though, that he might Starfall. Or he would have Starfall if he has one, if I had all those low casting cost creatures. Now, he has to make a different decision. And it looks like that decision is to drop a 1/4 taunt. He's going to go ahead and armor up with a Shapeshift and hit that guy for 1 damage. So now I'm gonna swing into that. It'll make this a 6/6. His guy will be dead. Nope, he naturalizes the 6/7. There you go. I get to draw 2 cards in the process. Which isn't, it's good, but not as good as I would like because of the fact that, well, we could go with this and that. So that if he does choose to ping that off, he could just kill that though, next turn. With that, with a Shapeshift plus that. I mean, whatever I do, okay, let's play this because he can't kill that off so easily. Sure. Can't kill this off so easily. Next turn I can Raid Leader. He's going to kill this, most likely with that. Might even just Shapeshift into it. But at least I'll have this and I could pump it up with Raid Leader for 3 damage to this face. I'll be at 6 total. He's gonna Mark of Nature. Plus, ooh, yes, there you go. Making it a 5/4. Kills this and kills that. So this might be the game. This might be the loss here to good old Crota. I mean, again, I am astonished that we've even made it this far, so I won't be too disappointed if we lose to this game. Because I'm astonished that we won those first 2 games so, I guess, fluidly, if you will. All right, I'm going to drop him down, get the extra 2/1. I'm surprised there's been no Starfall action, although I guess I haven't really baited it out of him because I haven't been dropping all my low defense creatures at once. There's definitely been a few turns where I could have dropped the other Tidehunter plus an Engineer, which would put me at a lot of 1 and 2 health creatures, which is prime targeting for a Starfall across the board.
Is my
There's a Sunwalker. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Armors up, attacks into the 2/1. I mean, he's still losing life, and I'm still at 30. But I still don't think this is a game that's going all that well for me. So, all right, so we got the Frostwolf Warlord, which we could play. And if we did that with this, we'll pump him up a little bit. We could also do this. Getting that extra 1 damage doesn't really help me this turn, though. Consecrate. Well, actually, if I attacked into this and then I did 2 and Consecrate, I could kill all of his stuff this turn, I think. 4, 5, and then I'll have 6, 7 left. Is that enough? What?
Let me think.
I think we're good if we do that. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this.
If you're sure.
I've got 2 Consecrates, so that's why I'm kind of okay with doing this. And then we need to do 3 damage. So I could actually do it this way. We can go Raid Leader. Right? It's gonna put me up. Is this 3 damage? Yes, this will work. Then the Consecrate. Okay.
I must move quickly.
That works.
Play.
That absolutely works.
Thank you.
I think that was the proper move for that turn. There's a 3/6, which I would have to dump another Consecrate if I want to go through that. Do this plus a Consecrate, but I don't really want to do that, so. We could also kill it with this plus a Blessing of Might.
Greetings.
Why don't we do that?
Behold the might
Then all of a sudden he has to deal with this 6/6.
very hard.
Force my way through his taunt, save my Consecrate. I didn't want him to pick off whatever he wanted next turn. He could have hit this and then finished it off with something. I wonder if he is playing with Starfall. So it's 5 damage or 2 across the board. So if he has one, he could do 5. Okay, he's gonna play it. Oh, yuck. I mean, I can kill it. I keep blowing through. The stuff here. This is a good game. And again, what's complete? Oh my lord, really? Huh? I don't know though. So it's either dump a True Silver Champion to take 8 damage to the face, or do a Consecrate, which is kind of a waste, but at the same time, I guess it works. Okay, before we do that, let's draw a card.
You like my invention?
Okay, that doesn't do it. That puts him at 7. That's not quite enough. Alright, I guess we do it. It's unfortunate. But I need to get... That thing needs to die, so...
Thank you.
It's, you know... Despite the outcome of this game, however it ends up turning out, I am super impressed that it's... that we are where we are with this deck. It's really kind of astonishing to me. He is starting to lose a little bit of his mana advantage. He had that early mana advantage from dropping those 2 wild growths, and that's no longer, like, it doesn't really matter at this point because we're both capped at 10. So this will be an interesting turn. Could do this. And then I won't have enough damage to kill that. I could champion. Champion into that plus 1 damage, which would finish it off. But then I do that to get 1 damage through, and I take 3. Ooh, and very nice. That'll work. We're gonna do this.
Behold the might of storm wind.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Sure.
Thank you. Reporting for duty.
Very, very nice. What a good draw. So I have been using, you'll have noticed, I've been using my Blessing of Mights, sort of throwing them away, but I think that the plays have totally been worthwhile because I've been getting board advantage. And if you know anything about this game, you'll know how important board advantage is. He's gonna naturalize, which again I'm okay with because it's filling up my hand. I'm not super okay with, but worse things could happen, I suppose, is what I'd like to say. I'm so on the fence as to whether or not I even like naturalize. Oh, healing touch, bring up to 24. I think this is gonna pull all the way into endgame. Like, I think this game is totally going to go down to the wire here. Okay, so we could go with that, or I could go him plus 2 creatures, pumping him up even further. Let's do that. We still get a taunt in play.
Well played. To battle.
There we go. So we get a 7/7 now out of the process, and then next turn we can play 2 creatures, pumping him up even further if he lives through this turn. We'll be able to potentially swing him for 9. There's a taunt. I can attack through that with my other creatures. There's a Mark of Nature. Now it's harder to attack through that with my other creatures, but 3, 6, 7. I only have 7. That's 9. I could do it with this as well, which I think it would totally be worth it. I'll take 6 to the face, but I'm also gonna drop him a lot. So I think we'll actually do that. I'm gonna go like this. I can pump him up even further. Okay, here we go. We got 6 remaining. I'd like to pump him up twice.
Reporting for duty.
I'm gonna take the 6 to the face, bring him down to 5, and then unfortunately, we're gonna have to throw both of these away. Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh well, we'll see if that was worth it. I, for some reason, slipped my mind that he drops down when the creatures died, but it's still some pretty significant damage. Here's an Innervate, bringing him up to 12. Uh-oh, what is this?
A natural mistake.
That was a mistake.
Healing Touch. And he's gonna pick that off to drop this guy down to a 6/6. And then what does he have for 5? Nothing. Okay. So, Lord of the Arena, Shield Master. Here is 8, 11, bring him down to 10. And the turn, I will not believe it. If this game actually
Truth is my shield.
That's fine. I can go through that.
Well played.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. First of all, good game, Crota. Thanks so much. That was fun. But are you serious? This deck? I just literally did a 3-0 sweep with this deck consisting entirely of basic cards. I don't believe it. Maybe this didn't record, maybe the audio didn't pick up. There must be some way for this to fail, but that is unreal. All right, guys, well, that's that. I guess we'll wrap it up taking the free-to-play Swarm Paladin deck, or rather the common card Swarm Paladin deck, if I were to have officially named the deck. That's what I would have called it. But yeah, we took it through its paces, and we won every single game. Wow. Really kind of unreal, but also really cool. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe. More Hearthstone and other great gaming coverage coming up here on the channel. Keep watching and keep owning.